I love what you're wearing.
Oh, you do? Yeah? Oh, well, this tie is a present from Grammy Hall.
Who? Grammy? Grammy Hall?
Yeah, my Grammy.
What are you kidding? What'd you do, grow up in a Norman Rockwell painting?
It's always interesting to rewatch an old film and get a sense of how it holds up. Can you enjoy it as much after all these years? Many classics hold up remarkably well, but that's not always the case. Annie Hall, directed by Woody Allen and released in 1977, is widely regarded as one of the most influential and important films of the 20th century. The film stars Woody Allen and Diane Keaton, along with an excellent supporting cast. The film follows the story of Alvy Singer, played by Allen, a neurotic New York comedian, and his relationship with Annie Hall, played by Keaton, an aspiring singer.
A relationship, I think, is like a shark. You know, it has to constantly move forward or it dies. And I think what we got on our hands is a dead shark.
Keaton's Annie Hall is quirky, endearing, and struggling to find her place in the world. She delivers a brilliant performance worthy of her Oscar and creates one of those iconic characters frozen in time that we can all fall for again and again. Her performance alone makes it easy to recommend this film to anyone who loves movies. Some consider Annie Hall to be a classic romantic comedy, even if the story doesn't get wrapped in a nice, romantic bow at the end of the film. The story highlights the ups and downs of the relationship between Alvy and Annie. As the film progresses, the relationship between Alvy and Annie begins to deteriorate, with Alvy becoming increasingly neurotic and insecure, and Annie seeking personal fulfillment outside of the relationship. The film ends with Alvy reflecting on the lessons he has learned from his relationship with Annie, though viewers can question whether he learned anything at all. Even in that context, the movie is hilarious. The film's exploration of themes such as love, relationships, and personal identity is still relevant and relatable, and its unconventional approach to narrative structure continues to influence filmmakers today. Many fans consider this Woody Allen's best film, though his legacy has taken quite a beating with controversy surrounding his personal life. I'm able to separate those issues from the film, and I can still enjoy his work, though it's understandable that others can't and won't do that. That said, Allen as the lead character was less interesting and funny as I rewatched the film after all these years. Allen's portrayal of the neurotic and self-absorbed Alvy Singer has become a caricature with the passing of time. We've seen variations of this role from Allen over and over again, and it just doesn't land in the same way 45 years later. The rest of the cast also delivers memorable performances. Both Carol Kane and Shelley Duvall were excellent as other love interests for Alvy in the film. Kane plays the sweet and beautiful Alison Porchnik, Alvy's first wife, who he somehow grows tired of. Duvall then makes quite an impression later in the film as a Rolling Stone reporter who has a one-night relationship with Alvy after his separation with Annie. They talk about their sexual experience together, which Pam describes as a Kafkaesque experience that is somehow meant as a compliment. Meanwhile, Allen cracks one of his better jokes in the film in this scene. The tall and thin Duvall seems like an odd match for Allen, but she flashes some unexpected sex appeal in this brief role. Singer-songwriter Paul Simon landed a small role in the film primarily due to his friendship with Allen. Simon portrays Tony Lacey, a record producer. His role, although not central to the main storyline, adds an interesting dynamic to the film's exploration of the entertainment industry and its culture. The casting of well-known personalities in minor roles was a characteristic approach in some of Woody Allen's films, where he often blended the worlds of cinema, music, and intellectual society. Annie Hall is widely recognized as a great film, but is it worth a rewatch? Would you recommend it to someone who hasn't seen it? For me, the answer is yes. Annie Hall was a reflection of its time, capturing the zeitgeist of the late 1970s in America. It dealt with issues such as love, sex, identity, and social class in a way that resonated with audiences of the time. And after all these years, it still holds up as a fun comedy. You just might not laugh as much at some of the gags and jokes.
This video is based on an article originally published on premiumhollywood.com. Check out the website for more movie and TV content, and you can also contact us through the website. We'd love to hear your thoughts about this movie in the comments below. Let us know what you think. You can also subscribe to this Premium Hollywood YouTube channel for content covering movies, television, and celebrities. Hope you visit again soon.